implemented, but their return will provide many with much needed financial relief. There have been concerns, though, however, about the ability to safely transport passengers. The agency says strict protocols are being followed. Let's find out how the first day went, and we are joined by Prasa spokesperson Makhosini Mgitywa. Mr. Mgitywa, thanks for your time. How did day one go, according to your assessment?
We were very pleased with what we saw yesterday, and I must commend our passengers, our customers, for the manner in which they carried themselves. They adhered to all the safety regulations. Everybody was wearing a mask. They subjected themselves to hand sanitization at the entrance, and there was social distancing. And not only that, the administrator of Prasa, Mr. Bongisizwe Mpondo, caught the first train out of Binarsport yesterday in the morning, and he saw for himself that people were observing these safety regulations. I must say, though, that we were disappointed with the fact that the vandalism is continuing, and it resulted in the delay of trains. So the first trains did not leave on time, but that was because technicians had to clear the lines because overhead cables were cut.
Where did the vandalism take place?
The vandalism took place on the Binarsport to Pretoria line, which we have been announcing that we're going to open, but it did not stop trains running because we used diesel locomotives that don't need overhead electrical traction, but it does delay because you can't run the trains when there are overhanging cables that poses a danger. So those had to be cleared first. And I think it's a conversation that we as South Africans need to have about the vandalism that we see against the infrastructure, be it Prasa, Eskom, Transnet, or even basic education schools are being vandalized. I think that's a conversation that we broadly need to have. Yeah. But insofar as Prasa is concerned, we have instituted emergency procurement to get security guards that are going to make sure that our network is secure. So we are hoping that by next week and few weeks to come, we're going to see less and less of this vandalism.
So day one may have gone relatively smoothly, Mr. Mgitywa, but the days to follow, there's no telling what will happen. The effective management of social distancing, overcrowding is an ongoing issue on our train system. How do you plan to manage that?
Well, we're planning to manage that like we managed it yesterday. We make sure that only people with tickets are allowed into trains, that there is only one entry point, and that there are marshals who are making sure that there are no people who access the network through unauthorized entrances. We make sure that inside, also marshals make sure that people sit where they are supposed to sit, that there's space between passengers who are either sitting or standing. We are going to continue doing it the way we did yesterday, but I think credit must go to customers, commuters who have shown that they have internalized the messages from government, they've internalized the messages from Prasa, and are adhering to those protocols. And we need to commend them for that, and we are hopeful that the system as we go along will improve, and that people will realize that the safety regulations are there for them to be safe and our employees to be safe.
Yeah, there's still concerns, though, Mr. Mgitywa, that the manual system that you are using is the very system that has made trains prone to accidents, but also it makes communication very, very slow in terms of relaying the message quicker. For example, there were complaints from Union Untu yesterday that the company's cell phone system was not working properly. So how are people, particularly those who are running the train, able to report incidents quickly?
Let me put it to you this way, Koli. Prasa is running a limited service. We are running at about 15% of our capacity. It is precisely to accommodate all those things. So if you're not having as many trains using the network, if you're not, as I'm saying, having as many trains using the network, so that takes care of the safety precautions in that also, we're not running on the whole day. It's only peak hours in the morning and peak hours in the evening. Again, limited trains. So that takes care of all those considerations. We do share, of course, the concern that the vandalism that has made the signaling system to be problematic still continues. But we are making measures, putting measures in place to ensure that we cover for that. As you saw for yourself yesterday, trains ran smoothly, albeit late because of the vandalism that took place. But there were no incidences, or there were no incidents where we thought that passengers' lives could be put at risk. That's what we're putting as a priority for ourselves, is safety of our passengers and safety of our employees. And we don't run trains where there is a danger. So we are making sure that people who use the trains are safe at all times. Of course, there are problems, and we are working to solve those problems, to attend to those problems. But for now, we are satisfied that the trains are running smoothly and that there's no risk to our passengers and our employees.
Makhosini Mgitywa, thank you very much for your time.